welcome to the Austin Real Estate Today radio show and Austin Realty Podcast. This is episode 22. Perry Henderson, my co-host, are you there?
I am. How are you doing today, Kevin?
I'm fantastic. Well, when we started this last summer, we probably weren't even thinking that we would get cranking through episode 22, but we never run out of any news to cover, do we?
No, it keeps on coming.
It's interesting. We are going to get into a little bit about the fiscal cliff this episode again, and here's my goal for us is, unless it goes completely haywire and over the cliff, next week we'll probably be able to talk about some sort of a deal that gets done. Two reasons. One, Obama is heading to Hawaii for 3 weeks, and second, if they don't get it done in about a week, by the time we get together next week, they're all heading home for vacation for the holidays. So it'll be either a good thing or a bad thing when we talk next week. So
let's start.
Yeah, it should be interesting. So let's get into the news for Austin. There's the first one I thought was interesting. There's an article that came out where they're talking about Lennar, which is obviously a large national builder that does a lot of different projects within the Austin marketplace overall. They build all over the market. And what's interesting is they're first going to build this, and there's actually going to be a model you can walk through up in the Round Rock area of this home. But they talk about a large special model, especially multi-generational, of a home that the title of the article says even the Waltons would like this. And
yeah.
But it's got not only double master suites, but it's got a separate kitchenette and entrance. So what they're targeting is, as baby boomers are getting older, or even the next generation that has older generation of parents, they're going to end up with multi-generational people in the same house. And I don't know if you looked at what plan from the article. It's interesting. I think we're going to see more and more of this.
Well, Prudential is talking about this being the perfect property. They have just cornered the market for the baby boomer generation who have parents that are ill. These guys, this is what Prudential says, what they've been talking about for the last year and a half is the generation where either one of two things may be happening. Either mom or dad is coming to live with you, like at our household. Papa's 95 years old. He lives with my mother, got that first floor suite. Or you also have the kids that are coming back home after college and living out of their house and working, just like here in Austin. You have that group of kids that go away, get their degree, and then come back and live at home for a couple of years. That's the perfect scenario or setup for those types of people.
Well, it is. I think we'll see. I have not been through this, but I'm going to make it a point here in the next week or two to actually get out, maybe shoot a short video of it, just because it is so unique in the product that is in Austin. Nobody else that I know of, builder-wise, is actually building anything like this yet.
No, and the casita, there are lots of people that build casitas, but that double master suite in the different areas of there, I might go with you. I'd like to take a video of that too.
Yeah, no, we'd love to do that sometime in the next week or so as things slow down. We'll see if that actually happens. But if things slow down, maybe we get out there next week. We can definitely do that. Next article is just something that, I drove by the domain, and it's Whole Foods puts the new domain shell or store on hold. This is interesting. Mm-hmm. Whole Foods is kind of mum about why they did this. I have my suspicions, but they actually said they're delaying construction until March, and presumably it could potentially go longer than that. And then they are going to finish it at this point for almost a year until the fall of next year.
Wow.
And
I see that shell out there too. I drove by yesterday.
Yeah, so it looks like it should be getting fixturized in inventory and ready to open soon. Well, here's what I think we're seeing is we're seeing one of the real-world examples of the uncertainty in the business world. That is something they can control. In other words, the point at which you have a shell as a retailer and you got to finish it, fixturize it, staff it, and inventory is a lot of capital. Because there's a lot of uncertainty about the next 3 to 6 months about what could happen, they're delaying, and I didn't get a chance to look and see if they're delaying other stores, because they have a lot of stores. I think they're opening like 40 a year or more. They may be delaying everything. And there's two things that a lot of people are doing, and we can tie this into the fiscal cliff. Big organizations that normally declare dividends are actually doing a special dividend before the end of the year and giving all their shareholders early dividends before the end of the year because they're worried about tax rates going up next year. So delaying construction is just an example of what the risks are, where you got people stopping and no longer spending money. And I only put this in here because, there's a lot of people that are wondering why it hasn't finished. I was actually, the reason I went and researched this is I had a friend that said, I can't believe that Whole Foods isn't done over there because you drive by it, like you said, and it looks like it should be done.
Yeah.
So we'll keep track of this and see if this is the